What is up, everybody, and welcome to the debut episode of Pop Go the Rockers. What we are is we're three metal rock and roll guys, man, and heard about this pop thing, man. What's so good about this pop music we keep hearing about, man? So we're going to take a look at some of these albums, and we're going to see what we feel and what we think about them, and are we really missing something? We're going to let you know. But before I do that, I am Jerry, and these are my two co-hosts, Joseph Staub. How are you doing, man?
Doing great. I'm really excited for this. Like you said, even though being a younger person, growing up around a lot of this pop music, it was never really something that I went out of my way to listen to. And so, even though I was around a lot of it, I never really kind of like dove into it. And so, I'm really excited to hear a lot of these artists that I may be familiar with, at least in a passing way, but never really looked deep into. I'm really excited to look a little bit deeper into some of these artists and see if there is something there, like you said.
Right. And then my second co-host, well, the third part of the family, let's just say, Andy Rodriguez. How you doing, man?
Hi there. I would like to call ourselves tri-hosts instead of co-hosts.
Tri-hosts. There you go.
Not that we're trying to host a show, but TRI hosts, like a three.
Yeah.
Like a,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
mean, yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
so excited that you asked me to be a tri-host on here. I think this is a fantastic idea, and us three have been pop fans of 70s, 80s, and 90s, and maybe even 2000s. So what's been happening in the world of pop the past 2 decades? I'm glad that us who have an open mind to music can really sit down and talk about it.
Mhm. Yeah, I just got done, on my way home listening to the fucking latest Creator album. So that's pretty fucking heavy. So
Yeah,
now I got to like tone it down a little bit and get into pop music. When I was growing up, when I was growing up, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Stacy Q, those were the pop, back then, which
Michael
I was
Jackson was the
listening to.
biggest artist in the
Michael
world.
Jackson, yes. I
yeah.
mean, I lit Prince. I mean, well, Prince, I wouldn't call Prince, but well, I guess he was pop considered. Yeah, he was pop. But see, that's the pop that I grew up with, and I like this. So I'm kind of hoping that this new generation of pop that we're getting into, I'll start liking it um myself. But you know what? We're gonna jump right into it. We're not wasting any time. We're not gonna, you know, guide ourselves. We're jumping right into the beast of pop music, and I can't think of any other topic more jumping knee deep into is Taylor Swift. We're going to be talking about her Red album, but not just the Red album, but Taylor's version, where she added like 100 other songs to it. And so I guess what happened was, I guess her manager, producer, Scooter Braun, I don't know what he was, producer, manager, or something like that, bought all of her music, I guess, right? And I guess, didn't let her know, or sold her music, didn't let her know, and that kind of pissed her off, which probably would me too. So what she did is says, "Fuck you! I'm going to re-record these albums and take it from there, and I'm going to add a whole bunch of new stuff on it." And lo and behold, this album sold like fucking hotcakes when it came out. I don't know if it sold more than the original, but it sold a ton.
I was
Um,
surprised that it did. I
yeah,
really was, but I can
I was
understand why.
back to back. I listened to them, and I have to say I like this version better. It seems you could see how mature of an artist she became between the original version of this and this new version. I mean, like I said, you have to be underneath a rock if if you never heard Taylor Swift, the name, or she's only probably she is the biggest thing in music in the world probably right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, do you guys got any experience with Taylor Swift, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, being in my late 20s, when I was growing up, she was just starting to make her name when she was still country. And then when this album came out was when she really broke through into the pop world. She had been making a little bit of waves with the album before this, but it was really this album and the singles, We're Never Getting Back Together, 22, I Knew You Were Trouble, that really just kind of like catapulted her into the stratosphere. And then just throughout the 2010s, even more so. And then by the time she re-recorded this in the 2020s, she was at probably the peak of her powers. She had just
Yeah.
come off of a couple of really commercially and critically successful albums. she was just about to launch the Eras tour when this album came out. And so she was really at the height of where she has been in her career. We see right now she's maybe on a little bit, at least creatively and critically, on maybe a bit of a downturn, but we can see all the stuff she has going on. And I mean, just within like a 5-year period, she released 5 new studio albums, plus re-recorded 4 different albums. So,
Yeah.
plus the Eras tour, which is the biggest tour of all time, sold out more events than almost any other tour in history, and she's out there doing 3 hours a night. So, probably the hardest working person in music as well, not just the biggest, but the hardest working. And
Definitely.
so, growing up, it was impossible to get away from Taylor Swift, even before she became this iconic that she has been in the last few years. And so I knew a lot of these singles coming into this album. I'm really excited to talk about the rest of it, because that was what really was a new experience for me in this album, was hearing the deeper tracks and then the From the Vault tracks, which Jerry alluded to, all the extras that she added to the album, which were songs that were written at the time but didn't necessarily make the album. And I'm really excited to talk about those.
What about you, Andy? What about you and Taylor Swift, man? You got any
With
history?
Taylor Swift, I came into her on the Fearless album in 2008. I thought those videos were, it was good. It was good pop, and it was kind of that was her transition album, because she was pure country, and then after that, she was making her transition to the pop world. And I didn't think that she was going to be able to make it. I really didn't. But man, did she ever! Do you know how you stay on top in the world of music? You work. You keep working. You keep
Absolutely.
and it's not just keeping your face out there. You got to put product out there too, because your face doesn't work anymore if there's no music that you're putting out there. Especially in the world of pop, they will forget about you from one day to the next. So she had to do this. I think she has caught the imagination of everyone, really. And I was surprised to hear so many different people like her music, adults, children. I mean, she crosses over the board. It's pop friendly, it's family friendly. It really is. Sometimes she gets a little risque, but that's the world of pop music as well. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Not the truth.
no, but I think this downward slope that Joseph was talking about, it is there, but that happens to everyone. Sometimes you just need to slow down, take a break, look at your own life. Sometimes you got to step away from work. She's got a wedding coming up in a couple of months, and good for her.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say this. Her downward slope is like 99% of everybody's wish they could be that high slope. That's how, she's still selling millions of records. I think she single-handedly, for at least a couple of years, kept the physical media, especially vinyl,
Yeah, she did.
selling. I mean, she was selling millions of vinyl. I mean, that's unheard of nowadays. It really is. So, yeah, I agree, man. This woman works her butt off, man. And, when I listen to this album, it's like, you know what? I've heard a lot of these songs before, I just never thought they were Taylor Swift. It was like, oh, yeah, I heard this song before. And it's not bad. So, there's a lot of hate for Taylor Swift. Why do you think that is, Joe?
I mean, when any artist gets this big, there's going to be a lot of pushback, because music tastes are the way they are. There's a lot of people that just don't like pop music, and that's a big reason why they don't like Taylor Swift. When you're the face of something, you're going to get the most pushback. But also, and you could say rightfully so, a lot of people may feel like she's been shoved down everyone's throats for the past 5 or so years, even maybe longer than that. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think that, yes, she is everywhere. I know people get really up in arms about her and Travis Kelce as a couple, her being in all the NFL games. But you know what? I'm happy for them, and it's gotten the NFL a ton of ratings, honestly. So
Sure.
it seems like a pretty all around. It's not like she's running out on the field and like with pom poms or something.
Right.
She's in the box. Like,
I mean,
I
She's going in
Yeah,
the back way in the stadiums. It's not like she's going in the front trying
exactly.
to make a lot of. But there's like 1,000 cameras backstage watching her come in too. It's like
Yeah.
ridiculous, actually. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Andy, what do you think, man? Do you think her? Why do you think she's hated so much? Not so much, but by a lot of people they hate her. Why do you think
Yeah,
that is?
well, we've seen this before with so many pop stars or even rock stars when they hit a very peak in their popularity, they're going to be everywhere because everybody wants a piece of them. Because everybody wants to make money off of them. So they are plastered everywhere. And that's not the artist's fault, but that's what they're going for. They want that popularity. This is their jobs. That's what they're that's them being the CEO of their product. And there's nothing wrong with that. I really don't, and I don't get upset when I see her or other artists so much because that's their job.
I think generally she's a really nice person. I mean, she always rewards her
She seems
crew.
like
She's always, doing nice things, it seems, but it doesn't seem to sway people's minds from her saying
it.
that they hate her. You know what I mean? Which I think is kind of ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
you see her on awards show, you always see her up there dancing and stuff. People are saying,
Yeah,
"Oh,
it's
she's
fun.
just doing that to get attention." I think she's just having fun.
Yeah, and a
You
lot of those
know?
people are her friends, and she's there to support them. There's so many other artists that are in award shows all pissed off that they don't win. She's out there celebrating everybody's music. What is wrong with that? I mean, she
Yeah.
loves music.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, what do you guys think about her as a vocalist, Joe? I mean,
I've always enjoyed her as a vocalist. And I think she's only gotten better over the years. I think her voice, like you mentioned, comparing the original version of Red to the Taylor's version, her voice has only gotten more mature and has grown. And she has a deeper range now. And I think that she has really grown her voice over the years. I mean, she was a great singer when she was at an early age when she put out her first couple albums, but I think even more so now, her range, her vocal strength is even better than it was 15 years ago.
what do you think about her as a singer, Andy?
You know what? I think her writing and all the hard work that she puts into it, sex, Trump. I mean, how can I say this? Her voice is just okay, but I think her hard work and her lyrics is what impresses me more than her voice. You know, if you got a great voice, but you're not singing about much, I'm not going to pay attention. But if you have great words and if you have great feel, I'm going to listen to you. And I think that's what people like more about Taylor Swift. It's not really her voice; it's just her. It's her persona, and it's her writing that really gravitates people toward her.
I agree with both you guys on that. Does she have the greatest voice in the world? No, but I think it's perfect for what she writes. I think she writes very, you know, stories, things that you can visualize that are happening. You know what I mean? That's usually the sign of a good lyricist when you can actually visualize it. Even though she does talk a lot about breakups, which is, she's had a lot of breakups. So I'm not going
That's what a
to argue
songwriter
that.
does.
She
They
gets a
write
lot of
about what.
dog. She gets a lot of crap for that, but if that's what she wants to write about, more power to her. And I just think she's. And Joe mentioned that low range. There's some songs in here where we talk about where it's just her and acoustic guitar and maybe a keyboard or something else. Where I think her voice is beautiful sounding. I think. So we'll talk about those when we talk about the songs in general. I think she's got a very great marketing team, and I think she's a very great leader of that marketing team. You know what I mean?
She's a
Um,
very savvy businesswoman. She knows how to
right.
promote herself.
And she's not doing anything to embarrass herself or to
No.
cheapen herself for the almighty dollar,
Yeah. And I
which
really
is
think,
great.
I really think that a lot of pop stars probably are still told what to do, and I really think that she's got to the point where it's obvious where that she's in charge of her shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So good for her. That I think the artist should be in charge. And I'm looking at the songwriting credits on this, and she does have some some help with some of the songs, but for the most part, she wrote a lot of this stuff on her own. I'm looking at, so looking forward to discussing these songs with you. What else do I got on here? La, 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 la. What do you think about the production of this album, Joe?
I really love the way that this album is produced, especially the Taylor's version. I think the original was, I mean, it sounds great, but I think that the Taylor's version, like we said, it's a more mature production. You can hear it in the arrangements, you can hear it in her voice, you can hear it in the kind of the way that the album is produced. And I really, it's a great sounding album, regardless of what you think of the songs, and we'll get into that. I'm just really, really enjoying listening to the album.
What about you, Andy? I know you said it's long. I know that you told me it was a long album.
Oh no,
it
but
is.
we're talking about the production of it. The production of it is fantastic, and like Joe was saying, you can hear the differences in the two albums. One of them being produced for a pop star, and Taylor's version being produced for a singer songwriter. Really, is what it is, and you can tell the maturity in everything. This was not a package for teeny boppers. This was a Taylor's version was a package for those teeny boppers that grew up.
Yeah. And I agree. It's like I said, I compared them back to back. The original and this one, man, it's night and day in my opinion, production wise. I would definitely take this version over the original version, which is the original version isn't bad, but this is just so well produced. The sound of it, I think, is amazing. It's a great listen on headphones, and yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. So let's talk about some of the songs on here. Joe, there's some highlights on this for you.
Yeah. So I've really liked a lot of the more acoustic based songs on this album. That was really what grabbed my attention. A lot of the slower songs, a lot of the ballad songs, especially those on the second half of the album. Like I said earlier, I was really familiar with a lot of the singles, which means I was familiar mainly with the first half of the album. But when we get into the last couple songs on the regular edition of the album, and then into the from the vault tracks, those are the songs that really started to grab me. So songs like The Moment I Knew and Better Man and Nothing New. And then one that just really, really struck me was Ronan, which, if people don't know, was a song that was written about or from the point of view of a mother who lost her child to childhood cancer. And it was actually based off of the real life story of a woman who wrote a journal about her son Ronan's battle with cancer. And the song was written and released with the mother's permission. And so it's a beautiful song. I got very emotional listening to that song. Yeah. And that song really touched me. And then, of course, whenever you're talking about this version of Red, you have to talk about All Too Well, the 10-minute version. I just think that it took a song that I did enjoy on the album itself, and I think it made it even better. I like the stripped back production. I really like Taylor's voice being featured more prominently. She has some other background vocalists on the album version, but it's just her on the 10-minute version. She layers some vocal effects in. She does all the background vocals. And I really, really like the sound that creates. And honestly, I mean, I'm a huge progressive rock fan, so I like long songs. But for a pop song to be 10 minutes long and for me not to feel that really kind of is a testament to the strength of that song, that it feels like it breezes by a lot faster than 10 minutes. And I never feel like I wasted 10 minutes listening to it. So those are just a couple of the ones that really stuck out to me.
Right.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, a couple of them. I'm going to stick to the first part of the album. Because like Jerry said before, when I got to the second part, I still just couldn't. I kind of checked out. And I was like, this is too much. You know, this album was already long enough. I'm not going to sit here and hear it again. I did, though, but I was really paying more attention to the first part. Now I'm going to start off with a leadoff track, State of Grace. It's got a really good, punchy pop rock kind of feel to it, you know? And that's what was needed at that time. It's good to hear a pop artist do a little bit of a rockin' in their songs. Also, All Too Well, I'm going to stick to the original version, which was off the first album. It's shorter. It's got a little bit more backing vocals to it. The lyrics aren't as long, I guess. I mean, of course, the album's cut in half. I mean, the song is cut in half. So all too well. And the other one I'm going to go with was one of the hit songs. I knew that you were in trouble. I really liked the production on that song. It's very poppy, but also one of the forerunners for that era in the late 2000s. So those are the three tracks that really stuck out to me. State of Grace, All Too Well, and I Knew You Were in Trouble.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree with you. State of Grace. I like both versions, and the original version, or the regular version of this song. Do you guys hear any older U2 in that song?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Yeah,
Like
the
I thought,
guitars.
just what I thought. Like this kind of sounds like early U2. The music did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm
Yeah,
like, that's kind of cool.
the
And I
drums
dig,
and guitars and her
yeah,
vocals were out in front. It was great.
and I dig both versions of it. I think the acoustic version is nice too. The lead off version is nice. And like I said, a lot of these songs I've heard, but never knew that it was her. Like 22, I heard that song a million times, but I never thought that was her. I dig that song. It's a fun song, man. I like fun songs.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to, you know, I Know You Were Trouble. I mean, everybody's heard that song. Now I know who sings it, you know? Um, I know she has a song with Ed Sheeran, Everything Has Changed. It's okay. It's not my favorite song on the album, but it's got all these songs that you're not going to like every one of them. And like I said, people, we're going to make mistakes because we don't know all about these people. So if you have anything to correct us about, feel free to do it because we're new to this. So we're trusting
Yeah.
your experience to help us out here.
We're here to learn. We're here to learn.
Exactly.
Please put it in the comments
Yeah.
if we messed up any of the facts that we think are facts.
Yeah. And then the second half of the album, Ronin, like you said, I mean, wow. That song didn't tear you up. I don't know what will. She gave the mother writing credit, so I guess to give her credit, royalties for that, which is really cool. And see what I mean? I mean, that's I think she's Taylor Swift is a genuine person. I really do. I think that.
Yeah.
It's hard not to be. Look, it's hard not to be. You're a billionaire. You have to have everything on routine. You got to have security. You got to have this. It's kind of hard to keep your head down to earth. It really is. So at times, you can't blame some of these people if they seem maybe at times a little inflated. But for the most part, I do think she tries to stay a little grounded. You know what I mean? I do. I saw her in the box, in the press box at Chiefs game. She was cleaning up people's messes. I mean, how do you see, a billionaire like that, pop star, cleaning up other people's messes? You know what I mean? So, I just think she's trying to stay grounded as much as she can. Other great songs, I think Better Man, Joe mentioned that, a great song. I Bet You Think About Me with Chris Stapleton. Love that fucking song. I think there was a video for that. I remember seeing a video for it a long time ago where she's tearing apart a cake or something like that. I don't know. But I did hear that song before and I loved it. And then, of course, you mentioned it, the 10-minute version of All Too Well. Man, I'm telling you. She actually has a video for that, which is like a little mini movie. It's good. Really? It's got that girl from Stranger Things. I can't think of her name at the minute. The redheaded
Winona
girl.
Ryder?
No. I think her name is Sadie. Sadie Sink. Yes. I don't know who the dude is, but I guess he's supposed to be Jake Gyllenhaal. Maybe that's what she wrote this song about. I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, it was really cool, and I dug it. This song is actually kind of emotional in a way. I love how her ranges in her voice during this song.
Yeah.
You got some really nice highs towards the end where she's she's coming in after that. You know what I'm talking about? Where she goes really high, singing to break me like a promise so easily. Yeah, that's it. That part there. Her voice sounds great. My only criticism of this song, and it's not a bad criticism, at the end, it's like, you were there, I was there, all too well for like 5 minutes,
It
that's
does
cool.
drone for a little bit at the end, but I enjoy it.
But if you watch the movie, it fits perfectly into it. So I get that. But yeah, I mean, I dig this album, man. I think it's a really, really, really good album that I will listen to more. And we're not going to talk about Taylor Swift every week, but I hope we can talk about some more of her albums in the future. But I don't know. I'm going to give this a thumbs up.
Yep.
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to give this album a thumbs up. I really enjoyed listening to this. There was a ton of songs that I did not know coming into this that I now really enjoy and I will be going back to. I'm going to keep this album on my iTunes. I'm going to be keeping it some of the songs on my phone. I really enjoyed quite a bit of this album, even though I do think it's too long. I love a lot of the stuff that she included here, and for her fan base, I mean, more power to you to get all that stuff. And like,
Yeah.
imagine being a fan of an artist like that, and every 6 months you're getting either a new album or all these new songs, and it's just it's fantastic if you're a fan of Taylor Swift. So I mean, I've really enjoyed this album. I'm glad we covered it.
What about you, Andy?
You know, Jerry, you want to do more Taylor Swift albums? Just pick them, and we will do them. This one here, I'm not going to put my thumb all the way up. I'm going to put it about halfway up
Okay,
because you know, it was just too long
fair enough.
for me, and you know, if any other artist would have done this, we might have thought that it was a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? Full of themselves.
Pretentious.
Pretentious. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Pretentious. Like, let's say you two did this. You know, that come on, Bono. Everyone will be all over Bono's ass about this.
A regular album from U2 is pretentious, man. What are you talking about?
I cut her some slack because it's supposed to be like a deluxe edition, so it's
Right.
like,
Yeah,
Right. I get that. And I do give her props for doing it again so that she can have ownership of her music. That's number one for me. I think that's fantastic. But yeah, I'm about maybe a B or a B is what I'll give this album.
well, so then it's a pass then for our first episode. Then I think so. Two and a half thumbs up. We'll give this album. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? That is our quick little discussion about Taylor Swift's Red Taylor's Version album. I hope you all enjoy and what we're doing here and understand what we're doing here and help us out, please, because we're new to this and we're going to have fun with it. And don't pick us apart. But anyway, y'all take care. Andy, Joe, we will see you next time.
Yeah. Bye,
Take
guys.
care, everybody. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. See you later.
Tell all your friends.